Good morning. Well, today is supposed to be the last day of lockdown here in England. As we all know that that's not true, and that instead of it being called lockdown, it's now called something else, which is, you know, the tier system. And so different regions of England are put into different tiers, which means that, you know, different regions have got different restrictions. And here we're in tier 2, and I honestly don't see any difference between lockdown that we're supposedly coming out of, other than shops are now allowed to be open, and I think you might be able to go to pubs and restaurants, but only till 9 PM or 10 PM or something. I can't remember the details exactly, but other than that it's still lockdown. And if you look at the paper, you can see we're now on day 254 of lockdown, and it's just horrendously annoying. Before this lockdown started in March, I hadn't looked at the news in years because I just found it so depressing, and it's all usually lies anyway, if you ask me. But then I started looking at the news again when the lockdown began in March, because I wanted to see when it was over. But of course it still isn't. Nearly a year on, it's still not over. But I have got to that point again where I am sick to death of seeing the news, and I think I might just turn it off anyway, just not look at it again, and I'm sure somebody will let me know when this whole thing is over, if it's ever over. For me it's still just as bad as being in lockdown, because I do not want to go to shops when people are wearing masks. I mean, I have gone into shops a couple of times since March and taken my exemption card so that I don't have to wear a mask, but I just feel uncomfortable being surrounded by people in masks. I find it really disturbing, and they don't work, and we all know it's a farce, and I'm just not willing to go along with the madness. I mean, the more people that go along with the madness, the more acceptable it all becomes, and I will not do that ever. So yeah, for me, until they say that people don't have to wear masks in shops and stuff anymore, then I'm just not going to go anywhere. And it's going to probably be a very, very long time. Goodness knows how long.
You and I, we never show emotions, we just keep it down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me
Sometimes with my vegetable box I get a few vegetables that are left over. So this week I have some of these purple carrots left over, so I'm just going to slice them up and put them in my dehydrator and store them for later use.
Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh,
I did it. Mum, why weren't you using the thing? It's annoying. That's what it's for. So there were more carrots than I thought. We've got 4 trays to go in the dehydrator.
We're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete? Just you and me. Hold me now, tell me things to me